Alright. I think it's going.
You good?
I think so. Hello? There are people here. Sorry. Sorry, I was filming a video and totally lost track of time. Oh man, I didn't even get a chance to clean up or anything. So, oh. Hey Meg, you may have to turn it down because I think it's an echo. Okay. So the other weird thing is I'm doing the stream that's not through the webcam, so it actually gets delayed by, I'm gonna say 5 seconds. So forgive me if you say something and it takes me a little while to respond because there's this weird delay thing. So, but anyway, hello everyone. Does Dan love being a YouTuber? I mean, it's pretty fun. Well, there's there's a lot of things about it. Some of it's really awesome, some of it's not so awesome, but I am a good man. Well, it's debatable. Sorry, yeah, I was actually installing new Swiss tracks on in my garage, and totally, like I said, totally lost track of time. I was just putting them in. Also, I look outside, and I'm like, hey, it's starting to get a little dark. Uh-oh. I think it's almost 7:30. I look at my clock, and it's 7:28. I'm like, oh, crap. So, anyway, video and audio is not synced. Uh-oh. Hey, Meg, can you see if the video and audio is synced?
I can try, babe.
Just take a look. That's going to be really annoying, I'm sure, if it's not. Does it look like it's synced or something?
Video and audio is not synced.
Hello, Dan. What is in the box? Zero Kids Play is permanently retired now. I mean, yeah. I'm a mess. I know, right? Let me just say the last 48 hours or so, actually it's probably now closer to 3 days, has been just non-stop. Beer in hand.
I'll get you one.
I'm out of beer.
I'll get one from Rachel and Kent.
We're gonna go pillage one from Rachel and Kent. It's like a 2-second delay. Oh man.
You want this Stella Artois Belgian beer?
Yeah, I'll take the Stella.
What? You want a Stella?
Video audio is fine. Yeah, I'll take the Stella.
Okay.
Stella's reasonable. Man. Oh, people are saying we can hear and see perfectly. Okay. Well, that's good. So the last 3 days have just been non-stop phone calls, non-stop emails, text messages, DMs. Thank you, Mousetrap. Box behind me. Oh, what's in that box? Or this box? This box is going out to one of my viewers. I'm going to cover up the address just in case. It goes out to someone. Thank you. For you. Oh, thank you. This is 2 fire extinguishers that one of you bought yesterday, and I need to ship it out.
Thank you, Mousetrap, for sending the baby thermometer. That was really sweet of you, dear.
Yeah. It sounds like some people did the videos delay. No more premieres, just normal videos, please. Well, wait, stop smiling while talking. That's too much smiling. Who doesn't want people to talk, smile? You should be miserable. Don't smile. I don't know. Anyway, well, this is just a premiere, I guess. It's the live before the premiere. The premiere follows immediately after this. So, as soon as we end the stream, it kicks over and goes to the actual premiere. So, Carrie said that waitress is gorgeous.
Thank you very much, Carrie.
Yes. Mo is here with a bone and a squeaky toy. Yes, his bone that we hate. It's this nasty thing. It's indestructible, and he's been chewing on it for
I know.
probably about a year.
I hate that thing.
He loves it though.
Yeah.
There you go. Take your bone.
I bought an F40. If that's true, congratulations, sir.
Dang. Believe it or not, one of the viewers did buy an F40.
Oh, is that the guy?
I don't know.
Joseph?
That's not his. If it is him, it's not his real. That's not the real name. But he, shortly after Fred was trying to get one, reached out to me, and then he ended up buying one. I mean, it took a while.
Well, it always does.
Yeah, and he finally got it like a couple weeks ago. He sent me pictures, and he's like, "Check out what just arrived on the trailer." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So, well, so here's the thing about the CNC stuff. I'm going to try not to talk too much about it at this particular moment because I'm expressing my opinions in the premiere that's following this. So I don't want to 1/18th scale F40. Oh yeah, I think I've got one of those too. But I get worried because there's a lot of weird stuff about expressing your opinions and how to make sure it's covered by the First Amendment and making sure that you're not saying something that's going to get you into legal trouble. So I don't want to discuss that particular topic on a live stream because I can't edit it.
I will say in a general sense that the last 4 or 5 days have been unlike any in Dan's YouTuber career.
No.
It has been a departure. It's stressful.
Well, here's the funny thing is like this wasn't something I like ever wanted to get involved in, and Shane reached out to me and was like asking for my help, and so I was like, okay, I really honestly didn't believe Shane at first. I'm like, this is too far out there. So then eventually he convinced me, and then I started doing my own research, and then I started figuring out what was going on. And so the next thing I know, I'm in. Like, people are emailing me, like I said, and it was just nonstop. And so I just kind of feel like I have to participate. Oh. Exotic Car Hacks just put out a video about CNC. Okay, well, I mean, it's a big concern in the supercar community. I mean, yeah. Are you seeing more subscribers because of videos? Oh yeah, it's increased quite a bit because of it. I would say I'm not seeing as many subscriber increase as getting the live PD video or
the live PD video.
But that was extreme.
Nuts.
Yeah, that was extreme. Like I was adding 1,000 subscribers every couple days for that. It was nuts. And then getting a shout out from Stradman, I picked up over 1,000 subscribers in one day. That was pretty cool. Do you think it'd be stressful having 2 million subscribers? I mean, I don't know if it'd be stressful. You couldn't do what I do. Like to have these conversations with you would be impossible, or to respond to as many comments as I do would be impossible. One of the cool things is I feel like my channel's at a small enough size yet big enough where I can make money, but at the same time I can actually have real conversations with you guys and respond to emails and all that sort of stuff. So
I think as Dan's subscribers increase, it will be harder for him to cultivate the same quality of relationships as he has with some of his core folks that have been with him since the beginning.
Yeah. Life Apollo has mentioned me 3 times in the last few days. It's pretty crazy. I think I'm going to say 6 times total now.
Yeah, no, I mean,
which huge thanks to Aaron. Every time he does that, I'm like, thank you so much. That I really genuinely appreciate it. But will I make a video on how much money I've made so far? Yeah, I mean, I've been very transparent about how much YouTube money.
Those videos exist already. If you go back through the videos.
What I probably won't get in too much detail is the overall finances of the company, although I even did that this last year. I basically broke it down, but I'm not gonna get too detailed. Adam, where are you? Carrie.
Thank you, Mousetrap. You don't need to do that, especially you of all people.
Did you get any indication of what impact this has had on CNC financially since being made public? As he said, worst thing would be for him to go bankrupt. I think it's certainly making people aware. So there's definitely some repercussions of that. I have had people call me and let me know that they went and retrieved their cars from CNC that were on consignment. So whether or not that happened, I can't tell you, but that's what they've told me, right? So I would say that, yeah, there's got to be some impact because of this. So, yeah.
I don't think that anybody logically thinks CNC's financial outlook is good right now, based on.
I mean, it's a easy opinion to have under the circumstances, right? Like, no company in reasonable financial situations need to be in situations similar to what CNC has. So that's just my opinion. Like, having run multiple companies now, like, okay, I guess here's how to word this in a way that I will not get into any sort of legal concerns. If I had a company and that company,
oh, there's Adam.
Hey-o.
But anyways, if you had a company,
if I had a company and my company starting to run into like cash flow problems, when you start getting into situations with your company where you are unable to make your financial obligations, and so you take money that was supposed, like, let's say for example, in my company, for Normal Guy, you order an exhaust from me, and so I have to now go order that exhaust for you, and let's say I run into financial problems, so instead of ordering that exhaust for you, I go pay my mortgage. So now I have this gap of money that's missing, right? Like, it went towards the mortgage instead of going towards paying for your exhaust that you bought from me. So now the next guy comes in and he buys an exhaust. So now I go buy your exhaust with his money. And so now I'm kind of always behind the ball. Like, I'm always having to juggle this money. And so there's always a delay. And the problem is, as soon as the next guy doesn't come in, holy crap, Sean, thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
As soon as the next guy doesn't come in soon, now that's when I run into problems, and that's when it gets exposed. And that's when you've heard the famous quote from Warren Buffett, when the tide goes out, that's when you find out who's naked. And so that's...
Well, swimming naked.
Swimming naked,
who's been
right?
swimming naked.
Right. And that's exactly it. So as soon as the volume slows, and that's true in all of these, like, pyramid schemes, Bernie Madoff, all that stuff, like, you know, as long as there's always a new influx of money, you can keep the balls up in the air. And as soon as that slows, it gets exposed. So that's situations that would cause events like this. There.
Yeah,
That's
no, I think that's a good analogy, using your own company.
Sure.
To,
Sounds like a Ponzi thing.
so, I mean,
Exactly. Yo, we going swimming naked?
yeah. So, yeah. So you followed that metaphor correctly. So, you know, it's been a stressful 5 days. Certainly, like, Dan's had big episodes before. I don't think he's ever had anything nearly as emotionally loaded
Yeah.
as that content he's had. I mean, and why
More
should?
intense.
Yeah, and why should he have? Because he's a car YouTuber, and they like to talk about exhausts and, you know, like, conversions and, you know, whatever. But so Dan has been, I will tell you, as a spouse, on the phone, and I'm working from home a lot of the time right now as well. So I listen to him all day, every day, from the time he wakes up till very late at night, talking to people on the phone who've been involved in this situation. And a lot of it is very sad. And I say, yeah, just to give you a general sense of things. And Dan, being a very good person, wants to do right by people, and he gets conflicted about what the best course of action is to address something like this, because after all, Dan is not Aaron Brockovich or Barbara Walters. He's got a lot of knowledge of software because of his career and his education. He's got a lot of knowledge of supercars. He's not an investigative journalist. So so it's also like, how do I best stay in my lane and be helpful at the same time?
Yeah, and I will say it's been difficult to figure out how to play out this whole thing, like trying to balance what I now think is the right thing to do morally versus what's the right thing to do for my channel from a business perspective. And after waffling back and forth a bit, that's kind of the decisions I made about the video that you're going to see in 12 minutes were all based on that particular thing. So, sorry, I'm getting like all these text messages, and it never ends. Believe me, it just doesn't stop. Like, especially the last few days, and I will tell you, the thing that's been so heartbreaking over the last few days is every 3 to 6 hours, I get another email, another phone call, another text message, another DM, something of another person telling me their story in which they allegedly have not been paid. And so, like, tallying up how many people I've talked to and how much money these people supposedly are owed is over $1 million just with people I've talked to. Way over $1 million. It might even be over $2 million already. So, and that's just like, if, in my mind, hypothetically speaking, if these allegations are true, in my opinion, that suggests there are a very large number of people who are in terrible situations right now and are financially impacted by potentially this situation. Sorry that I have to word things so weird. This is like, and I'm kind of delaying my speech a little bit because I'm really, like, the mouse is running really fast on the wheel right now in my brain to make sure that I don't say anything that's to get myself into trouble. So obviously, as you may guess, I talked to some, not legal counsel, but advice from people. Yeah, I would say just the people I've talked to, it's getting close to 2 million.
Yeah, I mean,
in alleged owed money.
Alleged, reported by other people who contacted Dan. And so, if Dan's been talking to people nonstop for the last, at least since the Sunday.
Since Monday.
Yeah. And he's only able to talk to a small fraction of those people, even if he spent 12 hours a day doing it. And that's just a very small subset of the people who reported they've been impacted. He can only speculate. But again, people are calling Dan and telling him their stories, how, from their point of view, how they've been impacted by this situation. And yeah, some people, and yeah, certainly a lot of people involved with this situation are independently wealthy, but not everyone. There are some people who are not financial. Oh, what is that? Oh, hey, Carrie, you're on live stream, Carrie. But anyway, yeah, there are people definitely who sadly cannot absorb the negative impact they've allegedly have had to absorb.
Yeah. So it's really funny because the live feed gets delayed, like I said, about 5+ seconds. So I see it very close to real time on my right side of my screen, and then about 5 seconds later, I see it come up on my left side of my screen. Putting up Carrie's picture like that, it was funny because I got to see it 3 times. Anyway. Yeah, so it's been kind of exhausting. I have to say I am glad that I am not a journalist or an investigative journalist. That would be supremely frustrated.
Well, I think people who do that for a living get a rush off of it and love it.
Yeah, and I will say,
more power to them.
Like,
they're important.
There's definitely like an adrenaline aspect that kicked in that I felt like I had to help. like when you get asked for help and when you hear these people talking about their stories, you just feel like you have to do something. It's like if there's anything in your power that can help these people. Okay, I'm shutting up my phone.
Shut off the phone.
Yeah. You guys, like those of you that know me, stop texting me. You're talking to me right now. Don't text me.
People on the live feed, guys.
Geez,
Can't text you.
All right. One more picture, Adam. Adam, there you go. There's Adam.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, there. Jeez. No more texting. All right, I shut off my ringer so people will stop. Oh my Lord. Yeah, Dan on your side, new channel. No, I don't want to do that. That would be terrible.
I don't want Dan to do that either.
No, like this is so out of my lane. Like I'm just trying to help people get buy and sell Ferraris and buy the right parts for cars and work on their cars. Like this was never in my plan. So I have to say it was pretty entertaining to see the shade thrown at me by specifically one other YouTuber who really went at me. I was like, dude, give me a break, man. But it's kind of funny. So one of the things that is a sign that you've done something big in the YouTube world is that other videos about your video exist, where it's their video is purely based on your video's content, and that's always it's kind of oh, that's frustrating, but at the same time it's that's kind of cool, and
it's easy for other YouTubers or other people external to the situation to editorialize because there's far less risk in them doing so. It's much easier for other people to be impulsive about what they think they'd say or do with their platform if they were in the same situation, if they had a platform. Dan and I being, not 20-somethings, we're not generally impulsive, and we're pretty thoughtful about how we approach things that are this serious.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of it is I've been around long enough to kind of know when it's time to play aggressively and when it's time to really be careful and dot your I's and cross your T's. Someone asked, is now a good time to buy an F12? And so I was like, well, at least got to talk about some car stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, I think they're only going to go up. Well, maybe. I mean, there's arguably, historically, some room for them to devalue a little bit more based on what the 599s have done. Because, typically the V8s devalue to a little more than half and then kind of flatline and then start to go up. The V12s tend to devalue closer to, about all the way down to 1/3 of its original price and then start to go up. So I would say they're not quite there, but I also think there's a little bit more love for the V12 or for the F12. So I mean, I don't know. That's you're not going to get fleeced if you buy one. What YouTuber threw shade at me? I don't even remember.
It's someone we don't watch, but we just came across. Someone sent it.
Someone linked me to it. They're like, "Hey, this guy's talking about you." I'm all right, whatever.
We don't need you guys to go over to that guy's
Don't be the mob. Actually, don't go there. Don't go looking for it because then you're going to give him views, which is going to encourage him.
Yeah.
So anyway, 3 minutes.
Someone said, "Will you do a video on leasing supercars?" That could be interesting.
I don't know that much about leasing. I've only come to think of, I don't think anyone I've helped so far has done a lease. They've all
Mousetrap, yes, that little elephant bath hoodie that you got
yes,
normal baby supercar is so soft. Sorry guys, I had to answer that question.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the live stream off at 7:59, and according to YouTube, it will automatically redirect everyone to the premiere. I've never done this before, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
Okay, someone keeps asking where Mo is.
Mo, he's right here.
He's right.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm not going to.
There's Mo.
If you can see him, he's like, oh, he's such a chonk. Okay, he's right there.
I want proof of life of Mo. What about the 458? I think the 458 is at the bottom effectively. I would, if you want a 458, now is the time. All right, one more minute, and then I'm going to close down this live feed, and then it'll punt us over to the premiere. So for 100K subs, I think we should all agree that Dan should buy Mo a costume and wax his Ferrari in it. That would be pretty funny. Quick, go make some popcorn. Yeah, it's about to get really interesting. So, all right, a few more seconds and I'm gonna close it up. So, are you coming back live after the video? You know, I hadn't thought about it. You know, I think no. Let's like give it a day to digest or two.
Why don't you guys marinate on it for a little while?
Let's see how everything evolves. So, you know, all right. I'm going to close it down. It's 7:59, so theoretically this will kick us over to the actual premiere. So I hope this works. If not, I guess, hold on real quick. I'll pull up the video link and give it to you just in case. Just in case. Where is my channel? Hold on, sorry. Gotta get the link.
Come on, Dan, professionalism.
Sorry, didn't have the link ready. All right, here it is. Give me the link. Copy that. And here we go. All right, there's the link if you need it. And I'll see you guys there, and we'll continue this chat and watch the premiere. So we'll see you in like 20 seconds. All right, see you there. Oh, wait. Yes.